Hello and welcome to Social Media Weekly, episode 28 August 2018.
Yay!
Social Media Weekly is brought to you by Virtual Peddlers Marketing, the digital marketing agency that helps small businesses go digital. My name is Sean.
I'm Weihan.
I'm JK.
Faustina here.
This week we will be talking a lot about Facebook as well. Facebook is every week. First up, Facebook introduces a new video creation tool for brands and agencies. And then as ad spending on Facebook stagnates, Instagram ad spending is booming. Google expanded search ads again. It's good news, by the way. And as Google expands, Facebook removes. So we'll talk about that in a bit as well. Facebook's VPN got pulled off Apple App Store because it spies on you. Facebook bans a bunch of Myanmar military accounts.
Okay.
IGTV needs time, says Instagram CEO. And this finger tutting thing is getting out of hand.
Literally.
Now back to the news. Facebook introduces new video creation tool for brands. Last week we talked about Facebook using their Creative Shop, which is an internal team to help brands create videos for the brands, posts and ads. Just a few days ago, we got news that Facebook also released a set of tools that will help brands create videos easily by themselves using these tools. Why Facebook is doing this is because Facebook thinks, and we also agree, that video works better than images on their social network. It gets a lot more reach, more engagement. So they are trying to make it as easy as possible for brands and pages to create videos as compared to just putting images. So what these tools include will be a video creation kit, a cropping tool, and an animate option. So the video creation tool is it gives us aspect ratio 1:1 on feed and 9:16 for stories. And then there are 4 templates to choose from, and then you go down, fill in the blanks. It's kind of like a canvas style thing. And then the cropping tool, which is actually more important than we all care to admit, because we've always had really, really bad headaches with cropping, especially when Samsung phones come with like 19.1:1, and then you have everything else which is 19:1. That whole kind of 1.9:1, not 19.1, 1.9:1, which is almost 2:1. An animate option, it kind of is like how a lot of apps are doing. They just take your image and then it puts a bunch of transitions in there, and then, it gives it a little bit of like
it makes things
video
easier.
feel. It's a fake video feel.
As long as you move lah.
As long as something is moving, something is flashing. That's
like put snow, put fire.
Something like that. Yes, put snow, put fire.
What do you think?
Is this something very novel, or is this something that we can already do on the?
It exists in
Other platforms.
other mobile
They
applications.
just make it
and what.
easier that they want it.
It's just making it easier on Facebook itself rather than using an
I
external
guess they just
application.
want everything to be done internally.
Yeah,
from start to
convenience.
finish.
Yeah, of course they want to keep you on their platform as long as possible.
Yes. Yeah.
So rather than go to Premiere Pro and edit, you can just edit in Facebook.
Yeah.
Just like how we do Instagram.
if let's say it's like this now, Premiere Pro and Facebook, I'd rather choose Facebook to do all the editing there.
I tagged him yesterday on a video.
Which one?
Like the girls was like waiting for it to export. Then after that, then it jammed. Then it crashed.
I can totally relate.
Then it started crashing.
The problem with Premiere Pro is that there are only a handful of people who know how to use Premiere Pro.
Yeah.
Right. And
Salute to you.
it's a lot faster. If we can do things faster, it's better for us. But the downside of it is there are only 4 templates.
Yeah.
So
for simple editing, I would
sooner or later we'll be able to see everyone using the same template. It's kind of like just now, Faustina's, you were watching an Instagram story of the Super Zoom. It's Super Zoom has become
Yeah.
Very
like
normal.
super high level of annoying that nobody ever uses.
Yeah, the dramatic effect. The dramatic
one.
effect.
Okay. Ding, 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 ding. Yeah, it's lovely.
There's one like that.
Yeah.
No,
Okay.
it's just him.
Oh yeah. The one with the
Oh,
heart.
that's the TV show one.
Yeah.
Sure.
Then
Purplish.
there's
Dramatic
a
beats and
bounce,
TV
there's a
show
music.
and bounce. Yeah,
I
bounce.
don't think bounce is useful.
Bounce in.
It's just
It's just an option, I guess.
Okay, next up.
Alright. Ad spends on Facebook stagnates. Instagram ad spend is booming. Facebook has had the worst few months
He earned his 1 minute done.
in its entire existence, and ad spending is taking a huge hit. Due to this, brands has taken
It's huge hit, not huge shit.
huge hit. Okay.
huge.
Due to this, brands has taken their money on Instagram instead, which is kind of taking it to Facebook anyway.
Yeah, okay,
Marketing
anyway.
Land reports that ad spending on Instagram went up by 177% year over year during Q2 compared to Facebook. Dismal
Yeah.
40% increases.
I mean, Instagram is still
Is
under
your
Facebook.
size, is your font size big enough?
Yeah.
Okay.
I think
I think you are.
it's just him.
I can jump.
You just kanchiong, huh?
Last week's one was worth 70% view. I'm like, so
Okay.
tiny.
As stage vice president of product, Paul Wicker says that Instagram increase in ad due to the Instagram innovation in ads platform for brands. They have been steadily building their ads platform over the month. And that's finally paid off.
Reading a line has never been so stressful.
The CEO of Review Mobile, Brian Hadley, said that Instagram ads performance is also due to the target audience and lack of controversial content in the platform, which is why I guess
Yeah.
Facebook is too controversial these days. A lot of scandals.
I
There
guess.
are also
yeah.
researchers that finds Instagram users are more organically engaging across interests as compared to Facebook, which is good news to brands lah. There are, however, findings that this will not be holding on long for Instagram, and the big chunks of ad spending will return to Facebook by 2019. This is because Facebook temporary shift in focus to stories and their recent scandal. Banyak scandal lah you.
Yeah.
I think I know why Wei Han is like very find it so difficult to read everything. It's like really a mouthful and he's rushing through everything.
Because there are other topics.
Take it slow. Anyway, let's talk about this. Instagram's ad spend. Well, it makes sense, right? Because Facebook focus on stories. We reported about this before, and
Yep.
because they focus on stories and they don't know how to monetize stories, so if you put an automatic placement, they will automatically shift a lot of ads to Instagram as well. And another one is to say, I remember there was a point of time when Instagram barely had any ads and nobody advertised on Instagram. I think it was just last year, right? Then that was a time when Facebook was pushing a lot of advertisements to Instagram. So this is kind of like them over push at the same time when Facebook is going through this type of scandal and nobody wants to advertise on Facebook.
Well, I mean, even on Facebook's ad manager, the ads there, like they have two options to say whether you want to put it onto Instagram. Like when you go into the editing of the ad, there's like placements and like they put it on Instagram feed and Instagram stories. Whereas like if you normally boost the post just on the page itself, there's a button there to say to promote on Instagram as well.
Yeah,
Yeah, so I guess that's why like everyone's pushing for that now.
yeah.
Maybe they're just pushing the algorithm there.
I mean, either way, Instagram is still under Facebook.
Yeah.
It's like transferring money from your Maybank to your CIMB.
Yeah.
It's still your money.
Exactly.
It's the same yet different from my point of view because there is a lot more places for Facebook ads to appear, but there are only a few places for Instagram ads to appear. Instagram ads can only appear in two places. One is the feed, one is the story.
That's it.
Whereas Facebook, there's so many other places.
Yeah.
So from a business point of view, if everybody starts going to Instagram ads will become a lot more expensive. And then there is this other thing which is like which I agree. This one, which Rehan just spoke about it. He says that Instagram users are more organically engaging across interests. It's like you know the explore side of Instagram. Instagram tries to because of hashtags. I think they are able to actually group things according to interest, post according to interest. And if a brand
likes.
comes in and advertise based on those interests, they are able to hit the target audience very, very clearly and very cleanly. Whereas Facebook, you have no idea what the hell is going on there.
Facebook hashtag is like useless.
Yeah, Facebook hashtag doesn't work.
Super useless.
So they focus more on the behavior of people, like these kind of things. But the problem is that because of that, brands don't know how to create this industry or community or grouping. Whereas like Instagram there's a weightlifting community in there that just focus on weightlifting. There's a powerlifting community there. There's a bunch of anglers, food connoisseurs,
dog lovers,
car lovers, all these kind of things.
fidget spinners.
So if you're a brand that is specific to these kind of industries, it's so easy to hit
Yeah.
organically even.
And then also on top of that, I think Facebook changes the audience interest quite frequent. Like they remove and they come back in and remove, come in. And then it's like I'm like suddenly, where's my interest?
The same as one of our clients, like suddenly my long list of interests became like a quarter of it. I'm like,
Shortlisted.
Yeah. Well, we will talk about this later on, but safe to say Facebook does a lot of testing.
okay.
And they don't announce most of the tests that they do, and their customer service is quite crappy.
It's just copy and paste.
So-
It's just copy and paste.
So
only.
nobody knows how to deal with Facebook. We just have to learn to live with it.
Yeah, it's I think
Struggle. It's like talking to a wall like that.
Yeah, exactly. And then they will respond back to you. They will echo back to you one round. And you talk again, nothing happens.
Hello.
Ghost.
at least with Google, at least there are people that is sort of top contributor that would help you.
You know. Speaking of which, there is one very good example because we've been trying to figure out how to eliminate fake likers and fake spammers on our clients' Facebook ads. Brands out there, don't come and tell us this doesn't exist. It does exist and it's bloody rampant and everybody is doing it. And if you don't see it, that means you are just not advertising at all. Everybody who advertises will see it. So what we did was we got an email from Facebook from the I think it was one of those teams ads team, right? From Singapore that says, hey, call us if you would like to help improve your ad performance.
Okay.
So I told Yujun, give them a call. So he set up an appointment with them, right? And spoke to them, and they never replied back.
What?
Yeah. They just said, oh, I'm so sorry, I've never heard of this before. Let me get back to you. Thank you very much. I never got back to him.
For
Yeah.
how long? How long?
It's been
That was
months.
like, yeah, it's been months.
Since,
half
like,
a year ago, at least.
Nearly half a
Yeah.
year, like March.
Or maybe
I think March,
we
April.
spoke about this, right? We remember, Nothing came back.
so nothing at all now.
No.
It's a one-sided thing.
Yeah, it's a one-sided.
Imagine
That's how
if it was
Facebook
from
works.
March. Now it's end of August.
Yeah. All right.
Well,
We are trying a new angle of advertisement. So what we're doing this time around onwards, maybe for a while more, is that we will try to do a little bit of educational content to talk about the services that we provide because we are advertising in our own podcast anyway. So we can do whatever we want and say whatever we want and you guys can listen to it.
A Google certified
Yeah.
advertiser.
So this episode, Social Media Weekly, is brought to you by Virtual Peddlers Marketing. This episode of Social Media Weekly is brought to you by Virtual Peddlers Marketing, the Google AdWords expert.
What? Hello?
The Google AdWords expert. This week we will be talking about.
Google query.
Okay.
Okay, so we usually we have SEO ads. They call it SEO ads or PPC or so it's basically a search ads. Whatever text that you type. Let's just say I say who the hell is Jungang? So that is called a query, a question.
Or why does Junkan roll eye?
Yeah. Or let's just take a very okay. Let's just imagine that you have a Chinese medicine
The
shop.
cough one, the cough.
Yeah. Usually probably people on the usual case they will probably type like the Chinese medicine, where to get a certain Chinese medicine and stuff like that. But then suddenly the Pepako very famous. So if you do not update your keywords to cater in the case that you want to earn from it lah, because it's so cheap and you can probably sell it high margin in the US, people that thinks it's a magical drug. So this is where Google Analytics comes in, and the queries that you can link with your Google ads that can see through what the people are searching for and the keywords and which is
So it's kind of like a
performing
bit of a keyword planning where you see what the world is looking for and then you adapt your keywords based on what people is looking for.
Yeah, that is why we come in. I think a lot of sometimes, no offense, some small brands they think that it's just typing a bunch of keywords and then you just let things flow and you kind of ignore it. But then again you have to know that although Google doesn't change the algorithm very often, but it does, which is we're going to talk next.
I mean, they do update from time to time.
They do update time to time, and then also people's interests, people's searches are different from time to time, and then
Exactly.
keywords perform differently time to time. Then you have your competitors coming in, suddenly say, this XOXO Chinese medicine, I come in and I beat 10,000 of ads. Then you probably wonder why your ads are falling behind.
Yeah.
Which one of our client was talking about the other day. He said, 1 year they were doing very good. But then after that, I don't see my page anymore because
People catch
brands don't improve from where they are.
Yeah.
And this is where digital marketers job is. We analyze the data, we see what's the trend, and we also read out news that see there's an update that we can update our clients and stuff like that.
I mean, basically, it is more than just putting out ads for our clients.
Yeah.
We study numbers for a reason.
And we humanize the numbers in a way.
Convert it into something that is easier for lay people to understand.
Let us go through all the headache for you.
Yeah, so digital marketers, yes, we do pretty stuff, but then behind all the pretty stuff there are a lot of ugly ugly steps that we take, that we spend hours looking at it. People probably think that we are doing some stock market thing, but
Okay, so this week's top tip in Google by our Google AdWords expert Wei Han. Wei Han just got his
Certification.
AdWords certification.
I got the fundamental, I got display and search ads
For your...
certification.
For your...
Wow!
I'm doing the video one soon.
I'm still gonna
All right. So
Why
what
not?
he's saying now is that when you go out and build keywords for your ads, your brand's ads, right? Don't just throw words that you think make sense to you. Do some research and find out what keywords are other people looking at, and then put those keywords.
There are also although there are keywords planners and sometimes the SEM Rush and stuff website like that. Yes, they provide you a certain insight in it, but sometimes you'll be very, very surprised that certain keywords you don't expect seems to be performing better than So this is where we come in.
And you know what is more unexpected? Those keywords are very cheap.
Yes. And
It's
then
very, very surprising.
And then recently we have done such things with one of our client, which is we promote a product that they do not sell, but we direct them to by giving them benefits of switching from this one to this one. And it surprisingly it drives a lot of traffic. So these are the things that we.
and Wei Han was like, yippee!
Yeah.
So it's like a situation where like the fishbowl, the keyword supposed to be like healthy food. Then all of a sudden their keyword is 杂饭.
American Japan. American Japan.
And 杂饭 word nobody uses, man. It's
Yeah,
quite
yeah,
cheap.
yeah.
So because like you have to know that you are fighting again in Malaysia, you are fighting against let's just say furniture, you're fighting against IKEA, Lazada, which Lazada uses something called outranking bid strategy, which they every time you are ranked first, they will outrank you. So Lazada has that kind of capability because they are rich. So in order, you need to find another strategy to go behind all these things. So yeah, if you have any question, you probably can drop us in the comment or something like that.
Yep.
Or outsource
Alright.
to us. Okay, bye.
Onward to our next topic.
Alright, next one. As Google expands, Facebook removes. Facebook removes over 5,000
Wait, hold on. Before
ads.
that,
Yeah,
Google
what's up?
expands search ads.
Search ads.
Again, this one. Hold on, let me
wait,
highlight
wait.
this for you.
Oh, forgotten about that. Sorry. Let's go back. Google expanded search ads again, and it's a good news, by the way. Google has just expanded search text ads, which essentially gave us an extra headline and description for all our fancy taglines. So Google is taking advantage of our bigger mobile devices screens over the recent years and giving us more to read from each ad. So we are looking at expansion.
Previously, what we're looking at,
2 headlines, 1 description.
2 headlines and 1 description.
Yeah.
Now we're looking at
4
Three.
headlines today.
3 headlines, 2 description, but it depends on platform.
okay.
Which you can Google it to find Google answers.
Google to find out how Google search works.
Yeah, so you just need to. I think it's in their blogs or something like that.
But but rest assured, everyone will be having this right
Yeah.
now. In some platforms,
Yeah.
some not to call platforms, some placements.
Mm.
Because I think especially in desktop, because
Yeah.
there is more space and everything around. Even mobile has more space nowadays, so we can actually show
Yeah,
show
like the
more.
corner there.
It's actually pretty cunning of Google because because if you have extra space in your mobile device, right? Instead of showing one more ad, they make each ad bigger,
Yeah.
So they keep the
which kind of keeps the placement the same. You still see 5, but each one has one more extra line.
Yeah.
okay lah, not bad lah, yo.
But another tips that I can provide is that the bigger your search ad is, the more visibility it gets.
It gets lah.
So that this
How do you
I think,
define big search ad?
means that you have call out extension, you have the longer
Oh, it's
it
like
is.
detailed, so
Yeah.
detailed.
Instead
ad.
of like that, you probably I'm gonna miss it. If the content
Yeah.
is like that, means that I'm probably
It's like
gonna notice
the
it.
main description and then like
Yes,
location, contact
yeah.
us,
All
blah
the
blah blah.
extensions.
blah.
Or the extension, you can say like, I strip for free. Just to get the next thing.
Instead of one word free, you put 3 times free, right?
Bye.
You can't do that like Google Ads. It will not rank.
No, I'm just joking.
F.R.E.
Facebook will not rank you.
No, it's
I'm sorry, Google will not rank you on that. Facebook ranks you on that.
Why you gonna be
Alright, onward.
So as Google expands, Facebook removes.
So apt because you are going through the same problem right now, right?
Oh,
Christina?
me?
Yeah.
Oh, alright. Oh yeah.
She's like so lost.
I think she's
Food
Dory.
coma.
This episode is lost.
I put coma. Anyway, Facebook removes over 5,000 ad targeting options in order to protect people from discriminatory advertising. According to Facebook's announcement, it includes limiting the ability for advertisers to exclude audiences that relate to attributes such as ethnicity or religion. While it sounds very high and noble on the surface, we marketers know that we always get a high number of spams from places that fall outside of our target audience. Removing them will just bring those spams back to our inboxes.
So what do you think? So on one side, it's good to do that because they don't want people. This one, the history of this is like this. It was quite prevalent in the US back then, like when they are renting out, do Airbnb and stuff and do ads, right? They would literally just advertise to white people, black people, brown people, these kind of things. So then Facebook started removing ethnicities, removing things that people can use to target ethnicity based on interest and stuff like that. Now they are taking the extra step to remove another 5,000 keywords from the ads.
I'm just a bit taken aback because the targeting that I did, it has nothing to do with ethnicity or religion.
No, it has not. What are the targeting that you use?
Okay,
That
so
was
our
removed.
client is in the watch industry. So basically, just any word relating to watches, it has nothing to do with ethnicity or religion. It's mostly just objects.
Did they remove it and replace it with a general object, or did they remove it because it was?
No, they just what's left. I remember it was.
It's just the locations. Yeah,
brands.
the location and the brands are left. Other than that, like let's say if a general watch, like if I use the word watch, it's not there anymore.
So watch being an interest.
Yeah.
Yeah,
What is a watch? And watch is what ethnicity or religion?
Yeah.
exactly. That's why I'm really like dumbfounded right now. I'm like,
There's a watch religion.
oh.
But,
Time
but
gone.
I think a lot of people notice how Facebook is going haywire these days.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe because they are in the midst of removing all this that they exceed.
Yeah,
they
which are-
remove extra.
Facebook has always practiced this thing where they don't employ people to do these things. They create software, and that software does the work.
The software sucks.
Yeah, it does. It does. It's no surprise because else they won't be ending up in such a hot soup over all the scandals and everything.
Yeah, lor. Because removing isn't that their USP? Special targeting people.
Yeah, exactly.
Now you're making it generalizing targeting.
But I think they're doing this not because they honestly want to remove and they want to advocate for equality and stuff like that. But they're doing this because they want to appear as if they're doing that. They want to appear as if they are helping the general public
Yeah, let's talk about it.
against discrimination.
So yeah,
Do
that's
then
why I'm
do.
like I'm really confused. Like, in what way does this relate to religion and ethnicity?
What I don't like is that if we keep removing keywords, right, we are not able to target audience
Exactly.
properly, and we are
Exactly.
opening up to more unnecessary spams coming in our inbox.
Then if that is the case, like
So
you
bad.
might as well
Thankfully, it's like
spend money
yeah.
on Google.
Yeah, right? Yeah, I know.
Because
So,
what's the difference between Facebook and Google?
But
so at this
thankfully-
point, it seems like it.
Yeah, thankfully the lead to it, the end result is not to message. So I to avoid all these spams basically.
Yeah, yeah. But if you are doing a KPI type, then you
Yeah,
have to have a call
it's
to action,
different.
lead form or message or something. Then people will still be able to have message
Yeah.
as and they will still be getting a lot of spams going to their inbox. Right, next up, Facebook's VPN got pulled off Apple App Store because it spies on you. So we know what a VPN is, Virtual Private Network. It's actually an app that you use if you want to evade the spying eyes of your ISP, Internet Service Provider, which is Maxis, Unify and stuff like that. Or the government. What's it?
He's like, what is he
No idea
talking
what you're
about?
talking
Okay.
about.
Okay, let me just slow it down a little bit more. Okay. The internet is provided by internet service providers,
Okay.
Your
right?
Maxis lah.
Maxis, Digi, Celcom, Unify.
Or your
you know that
telco.
thing that you're doing at the side.
Okay.
Yeah.
I only know it's called internet.
Yeah. So internet service is provided by a provider.
Okay.
So let's just say, for example, if they are providers of highways, right? In order to get you from point A to point
Okay,
B, right? You have
we suddenly cannot connect.
you either
You
pay
poor
highway in toll
child.
1, 2, 3, 4, or 5. Okay? So as you're using the internet, these ISPs can see what you're doing, where you're going,
Okay.
where you're browsing to. You go to Lazada, what do you buy? Everything
Basically,
like that.
they can track everything.
They can
that-
track your entire usage behavior.
Shit, my pawn.
And not just that, yeah.
We
This
don't
is
need to
silly.
know that, okay?
This is PG-19. So not only that, because your ISP can track and do track, they sell your information or they give your information to the government. When the government gives them a warrant and say, I want information on these guys. So your information is not private. All your entire usage behavior is not private.
Hi, Anwar.
So here comes VPN. What the VPN does is a virtual private network. When you turn on VPN is like an app. When you turn on an app on your desktop or your phone, whatever you use to go online, what it does is it takes your IP, which is your internet address,
Okay.
192.168.2, this is that IP, and then bounce it off everywhere else in the world.
Wow.
So every single a VPN service provider has a bunch of IPs, one in each country, let's say. It can bounce you off to New Mexico, it can bounce you off to Washington, bounce you off to let's say China or elsewhere.
It'll be everywhere.
Yeah, and from the ISP's point of view, you are already using a VPN and you're masking. That means people cannot see where you're doing and what you're doing. So VPN is supposed to provide a private network, but
Supposed to.
Facebook created a VPN called Onavo, ONAVO, and it has been available on apps, the Apple App Store and Google Play Store for a while now. Just last week, it was removed by Apple because it was found that Facebook was actually spying on users using this app.
Okay.
All the data were routed through Facebook servers, which enabled the company to create a massive profile of browsing behavior, even when the users were off of Facebook.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cheap lah ni.
Yeah. So this is actually quite bad. So when I read about this article, apparently all the journalists claim that Onavo is actually still in Google Play Store, but I checked this morning and it's no longer on the Play Store.
Yeah.
Gone.
It's like pure VPN,
It's gone, right?
and
So
blah blah blah.
yeah, so it's gone. So I think this is a massive blow to Facebook. You provide a free VPN which you use to stalk on people. This is so low.
Can I delete Facebook now?
Yeah, I feel like deleting Facebook now.
Bye Facebook.
But there is a good news with Facebook.
What is it?
Facebook bans a bunch of Myanmar military's account. Facebook bans the accounts of Myanmar military leadership, claiming they are using the social media platform to contribute to
To
ethnic
insight.
insight and contribute to ethnic
Tension.
tension and violence. It closed down 18 Facebook accounts, 52 pages, and 1 Instagram account. This happened after Facebook found evidence that the accounts and pages has been attacking
Rohingya.
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 and other Muslim on the platforms.
Who's that?
The you guys don't read the news.
No,
The Rohingya
I only know
Muslims.
Henry Golding.
Oh my god.
And that Eleanor, Auntie Eleanor.
Auntie
Eleanor.
Eleanor.
And
The-
Technically,
The Rohingya Muslims are a minority group of people in Myanmar.
oh, no wonder we don't know that.
They are from the state of Rakhine.
Mm.
So what they've been doing previously was, remember Aung San Suu Kyi?
Yeah.
This lady who
Mm.
fought
Yes.
for the
Yes.
안녕하세요.
Ayo!
Oh
JK, you need to read more news!
What news?
so anyway, she advocated for human rights and women rights, right? And she became an icon, and she was awarded the Nobel Peace Prize for
Yes.
this. It was like highest regard for all humans, right? And then what happened was, behind the scenes, the Myanmar military has been attacking the Rohingya Muslims because the Rohingyas were trying to gain independence from Myanmar. They want to create a country on their own. So these guys are suppressing them. And then what happened also was that then Aung San Suu Kyi comes out and she kept quiet about the entire thing. She never tried to defend the rights of these people, even though she won a Nobel Peace Prize for defending the rights of humans.
So Suchi.
Yeah, so Suu Kyi.
So much for Anyong Suchi.
Aung San
So
Suu
what
Kyi.
happened with her was,
Suchi.
I think she recently got her Nobel Peace Prize retracted.
Oh shoot.
Yeah, it was quite bad, and that didn't stop, right? So the military. So her excuse was, she represents the political side, and the military side is different. in the state of Myanmar. So there are two different governments, military government and political government. And she cannot influence the military government because she's not in the military government. That kind of stuff. So she's just trying to draw a line around her. But what this happened was that there were a bunch of military people, heads, very influential people who are using social media to incite hate and to get people, normal citizens, to kill the Rohingya and push them out of the country. They have been trying to run away from their country for many years, for a few years now. But they're seeking asylum. Wherever they seek asylum, right, they will be just pushed back into their country. It's actually quite it's quite a sad state how these people are living. But there are actually a bunch of Rohingyas in Malaysia as well.
Yeah.
Where?
Here,
I think
they're in KL. They're in KL. Just last month or 2 months ago, they had quite a big
Riot?
Demonstration riot in KLCC area.
God, man, I didn't see.
Yeah, because they want some rights to God knows
Kada
what.
I don't know.
balik.
It's been a while since I know this. I only know Hell Day only. Like
Nah,
when
it's
you're in
nothing-
Putrajaya Hell Day.
It's nothing that you're concerned with anyway because
Yeah, it's like no, not my thing.
yeah.
I only want to go catch my crazy rich
I think even if the country is in God knows what havoc, he would still be like, huh? This is happening. Ah.
I'm like, huh? What?
Why is everyone running?
Oh, right as well.
When is Crazy Rich Asian 2 coming out? This kind of thing.
So this is the first time Facebook took the big initiative to actually take a stand in a political situation of a country.
I don't know. This is like some trying to clean their own shit.
Yeah,
here.
I know, right? It's like
Doing
Facebook has
good
never
for the
done this
sake.
before.
But it kind of puts them in quite some shit as well now.
Well, I think this
think.
is good for them
Yeah.
because it's good for their PR.
Yeah.
But I think their intention is not right, according to what JK says, which hits the point like on the spot right there. Because just last year, Facebook denied that they're a media company, so they shouldn't be treated as a media company.
Yeah.
So they don't have to vet and they don't have to double check all the content that gets posted in that place. Because just last year, people are bloody committing suicide on Facebook Live.
Yeah.
One
Oh my
week
God.
after another. It's
Yeah.
not even funny. And Mark Zuckerberg just said, ain't my problem. I'm just providing the platform. Whatever you do with it is not a problem. Yeah. That's
And
what.
then now suddenly
Like-
Myanmar is like, oh, this is very
Yeah,
important.
exactly right. And now all of a sudden he's doing this.
So much for goodwill. It's like you're selling drugs and you take the money, you say you're doing donation to the
No,
orphans.
it's like what? No, you know what it's like? It's like selling drugs, taking the money, and run a CSR program to get people on drugs.
It's like
It's
yeah,
yeah, it's like people selling alcohol and then running an advertisement campaign to say drink responsibly or don't drink and drive and stuff like that.
I think a lot of companies do it.
Yeah, exactly. A lot of companies do that. So I don't think we should blame him for that because some people do that as well. But
Yeah, it's just not so obvious in
yeah,
it.
it's not as obvious as this.
Yeah, I think
your Facebook, so yeah. Anyways, IGTV needs time. What kind of time, says Instagram CEO. So unlike stories, which took the world by storm and ranked up 100 million active users in just 2 months, IGTV isn't singing the same song. In fact, it's stuck in a limbo of usage. Why are you laughing? I'm just trying to create some spice in my words.
I like that.
But not enough usage. In an interview with TechCrunch reporter, Instagram CEO Kevin Systrom said that it's a new format. It's different. We have to wait for people to adopt and it takes time. So IGTV app installs dropped drastically from over 1 million on the first week to below 400k the next week. And it has been on a steady decline ever since. Right now, IGTV is filled with random viral crap, foreign language content, and poor cropping.
I think we can vouch for poor cropping. We've never been able to get our cropping right.
I mean, it's different on every phone. Like
Yeah,
his phone, it
it's
was
different on every
fine,
phone.
but on our phone, it was like, hey,
Yeah.
where's your head?
Because his phone is a more traditional aspect ratio.
Are you saying
Our
my
phone is a different aspect ratio. It's
Ours have
longer.
curves.
It's taller.
Easily spoil when you drop
Yeah, it does.
and spend money.
So yeah, So what do you guys think about IGTV? Let's dissect IGTV.
Okay, number one, IGTV is accessible via Instagram, so I don't see the point
of
of
using that app.
yeah, I don't see a point of downloading IGTV as a separate app.
Understand? Yes.
So like
that could be one of the reasons why the downloads declined
Yeah.
so much over
Like,
just a few weeks.
exactly.
Because they put it in as a secondary extension.
Correct.
yeah, I removed it on the day I downloaded
Yeah.
actually.
It's like having an Insta Story app.
Insta Story.
Yeah.
I'm like, why?
Why?
I'm like,
You know, a long time ago when Facebook introduced the Messenger app, people asked the same question. Why do you have a Messenger app when you can message in Facebook?
yes. Now it's removed already, right?
Yeah,
From
it's
the
removed.
Facebook app, yeah.
And people got used to it.
So I find it very.
technically I only got used.
That's a very good one because the graphs are not telling the right story.
Unless they're trying to do A/B testing.
Maybe.
I don't know.
Maybe.
Because it's Instagram and Facebook, the same mother, same brain.
Maybe.
So yeah.
But what about Instagram? What about IGTV usage? It's stuck in a limbo now. Active users are not growing, but they're not declining. So it's like
Stagnant.
do or die. It's halfway there.
Not declining.
Die also not die. Do also don't do. It's not moving.
I think everyone is just waiting for something to happen, kind of feeling.
It's like, okay, I've been trying very hard to adopt IGTV to my daily life. Right? One big hurdle for me is that IGTV is not readily available within that Instagram platform. It's like you get the post, you get the stories, and then
And
a small little orange button at the corner.
A TV.
There is no refresh, nothing happening. At least the stories they will show you what's the newest stuff that's happening with your friends going along. So it's like kind of like, oh, I want to know what's happening to this guy. But IGTV, it's so well hidden, you always forget about it. Let's say if you go in there, what do you see? Crap, it's all rubbish. It was supposed to be a platform where people create actual real content.
It's like YouTube
that I
into
can
there.
consume. Yes, like for example, for Gordon Ramsay to come up with an Insta story that is longer than 15 seconds. For Jamie Oliver to come up with something that like teach people how to cook in a 15-minute video.
And he has
They hate each
because
other.
I follow both
like Jamie
They
Oliver.
don't hate each other. They just pretend to
really
hate each other.
Like Jamie Oliver's video, some of it has like 5 minutes quick cooking recipes
So-
or something like
So
that.
that could have been in IGTV because that's what IGTV was built for, right?
Exactly.
And all the others as well, like proper channels like Top Gear or the Grand Tour or something like that. But instead, all I'm seeing is just bullshit in there. It's just spam and rubbish.
I do follow one of the weightlifter that he has clips of his seminar, which I find very interesting. That's where I started to like. Then I went on and searched for some other tutorials. Then it's like it's not as good as YouTube.
YouTube, yeah.
It's like it's very limited. Like that only.
Yeah.
So
I think if you want to go look for proper educational content, you just go to YouTube,
Yeah.
right?
But there is like, I follow this personal trainer. She shows how to properly perform, let's say a pull-up, how to properly perform a pull-up in her IGTV. So I'm like, okay.
there are good contents inside. It's
Yeah,
just that you
most
need
of it is-
more people to create content.
I think now the users are very comfortable with YouTube.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's no demand in between YouTube and IG stories.
Actually, there is a bit
okay.
of tension with the YouTubers. That's why. I think if you notice YouTube these days, they have the Patreon accounts. Because of the restriction. I think they came out with rules that I think affects their whatever their salary or whatever.
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
I think they
the
are.
payouts.
I think all the YouTubers are finding an alternative platform. It's just
They're not
if they can if in IGTV can solve that problem, I think actually
It can be a breakthrough.
it will be a breakthrough because the other thing that I like about IGTV is that I don't need to click the button to auto rotate the thing.
Yeah.
You can even if you do like a landscape, you can just twist like that only. It doesn't mean that it's only vertical.
So which means that the aspect ratio is stuck there, and you move your device according to
yeah,
the
just
aspect
move
ratio.
on it.
Yeah.
You don't need to go and press the.
Yeah.
YouTube you have to press the thing, then you go
Yeah,
only.
yeah.
So I think like I agree with the CEO. It just you need more people and you need some time.
And just someone who comes up with amazing editing. Boom.
They just need some trend going on inside the TV. Some viral trend or something.
I believe that previously they hired some YouTubers to go in and create some content for IGTV.
But they've only like posted 1, 2 and then ciao.
I think they need to create like an
More.
entire season of it
Yeah.
to actually come up with some, So they probably need to adopt the business model of Netflix, like create a season, one whole season of short content. And
5
people can
minutes.
actually keep going back there and watching it.
But I think maybe if someone is there enough and keep trying on it, then I think you might actually can earn something from actually the pioneer of IGTV.
IGTV, yes, you will definitely be able to, because right now the attention is so scattered, right?
Yeah.
If you can direct the attention, but the problem is at this moment IGTV is not monetizing through ads.
Yeah.
Even if they are monetizing through ads, the content creators don't monetize through ads.
Yeah.
Facebook and Instagram has never paid people anything. They only just take money from advertisers, right? So advertisers will still need to go and find brands to for them to influence, find companies for them to talk about, to do videos for. Unlike YouTube, who actually still pays ads to content creators. So in that sense, YouTube is still giving them the extra layer of
I think it's just the extra layer that is lacking, from content creators to come in. I think, but then if you are, you want to experiment and maybe if you can make this a success, you might break through something.
Yeah. That's why our video is like this.
Vertical.
Like, so Vogue used to be like this, right? Now it's like strike a
Don't
pose.
elbow me, bro. Don't elbow me.
Sorry.
Okay, next stuff. Wait, I want to hear how JK says this.
Okay.
What?
JK, say this.
What? Say what?
This is the title.
The finger tooting thing.
it literally sounds like some sensor.
Is it tooting?
Finger cutting.
Oh, I don't know.
Cut
Is it this thing?
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
this
still
one.
haven't
So you do
did
this, and then you're like this,
Okay,
and then you're like this.
It's pointless, but it's viral. And
It's
you're
just like rough eye.
what?
Then someone I think someone give you another challenge.
like I don't know, like what did
It
he do?
becomes
Like,
like a-
something like.
Oh yeah.
Uh,
This kind of.
I can't reach.
Huh?
Yeah, it becomes like
You know this one?
What?
The like this one.
Yeah.
What?
It's okay.
Okay. So yeah, this thing is viral and it doesn't make sense. How did it become viral?
I
don't know.
Yeah, viral things
I think
doesn't make
because
sense
people are
anyway.
like, how did people like turn their hand, the finger is still here or something like that? I don't know what happened lah.
I don't know lah. Sometimes even
So, yeah.
client asks us to do viral things.
Yeah,
I'm like,
so
but
this
viral things are very accidental.
Yeah.
exactly
And viral things don't make sense one. You cannot sell things with
like the
viral.
Kiki challenge
No, but there is one viral ad that
made sense.
was good.
Which one?
Remember the McDonald's crispy chicken thing? Yeah. You know that fried chicken one? That went viral.
Yeah.
And do you know that chicken was a sellout
Yeah.
for a brief moment of time because of that ad? And
Because
that
they
ad
make
was
it as though it's
so-
limited.
That ad was so simple. It was just a bunch of people eating chicken.
And sound.
That's it. Yeah, it's just sound. That's
Dramatize the
it.
sound.
Crunch, 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 slurp, 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 crunch,
And by
crunch.
the way, there's a sound of bottle cracking.
Oh really?
It's, like the
Ah,
plastic
really?
bottle.
Okay.
That's how you do it. So yeah, we're actually biting bottles.
So it's sound of bottle cracking and not actual. But it kind of makes you think, right? Like KFC should have done that a long time ago. But their chicken is not crispy, so too bad.
Too bad.
It gets soggy and then
They can go towards that direction because their product is chicken,
Yeah.
not McDonald's. McDonald's is like
But crispy chicken is not good, you know. because they put plastic in it to keep it crispy.
That's
So you're
weird.
literally eating bottle. Hello.
Yeah, that's why the sound.
Pisang goreng.
Okay, let's stop talking about food. I'm hungry now. Dish.
There's delivery, right?
Yeah, you can just order now. Yes! You use the Apple Watch and order now.
You guys are
4:30.
supposed to encourage me not to eat too much.
Okay, so that's all we have for this week. We overran again.
But we had 8 topics.
Yeah, we did have it. It's a quite a massive social media
Next time we need
Week.
filter
this week,
already.
so it's good. So yeah.
Vacuuming is outside.
If so,
If
social
you hear
media weekly.
vacuum,
Social Media Weekly is available on Anchor, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts,
Spotify, and
our
many
website,
more.
our Facebook, our Instagram, our IGTV
Oh
as
my
well.
goodness.
So watch our stuff. Our IGTV and Instagram, we usually use put a lot of bloopers and stuff, short clips. You don't watch the full thing, you can listen to our podcast and go to the website and YouTube as well. And then rate us, give us a 5-star if you really like us, 3-star if you don't like us very much. Let us know why, and 1-star if you hate us, and let us know why.
And if you
What the hell?
do they get to leave a comment?
Yes, you can leave a comment.
So
yeah,
if you have any digital marketing
Queries.
queries or question, you can probably just direct it there.
and if you don't agree with some things we say and you want to debate it, you can also let us know as well. Then we
Dipersilakan.
yeah,
Go
we
ahead.
can talk about it.
Let it.
Alright, let's end
Money.
this.
Let's end this episode. Thank you very much. Bye.
Bye.